of soul.
This is Bass Talk Live. Your host, Mark Jeffries and Matt Pangrack. BTL is brought to you by Lowrance, Lose, Strike King Lures, Bass Cat Boats, Ducket Fishing, Spro, AFCO, Big Bite Baits, Sunline, and TH Marine. BTL coming at you. Good Tuesday, everybody. Welcome once again to another edition of BTL Bass Talk Live, where we're going to talk bass fishing and anything else that we want to talk about. Matthew, a crazy show today, dude. There was all kinds of stuff going on from a booking standpoint after the show yesterday. And it's kind of jam-packed today. We're going to have SKEET REESE on live via Skype. Then we're going to talk to Mark Copley live via Skype of Strike King, talk about the behind-the-scenes video series that Strike King and Lose has going on. Then we're going to have Matt HERREN on to give us an update on what's going on with the Elite Series event at Lake Eufaula. Then, finally, we might take a few phone calls on the Sunline hotline.
You were busy last night.
It all came crashing down on me once I got home from basketball practice. So a jam-packed show today, and it's been a while since we've talked to Skeet, man.
How long has it been since
Long time.
It's been on?
Long time. And I know he's probably not happy about that, but probably happy about his performance yesterday. And we're going to find out what the difference maker was for Skeet this event and the first day of heavy hitters for SKEET REESE down on the K-Chain. Now, did you see the video footage of Mark Rose?
Yes.
Was that not crazy?
9-pounder on the spinning rod.
Yeah. On a little finesse worm.
I mean, it fought, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah?
If you compare the 2.5 to 3-pounders he was catching on the spinning rod to the 9-pounder, it really isn't that much different. I mean, I know that's weird to say, but it really honestly isn't.
It was a two-hander, man.
That was a good one. So that's, man, you think he's counting his 25 grand yet?
I don't know. Fishing's really, really tough.
Yeah, there's not that not that many fish. I think through the first period, they're closing it down, but there were like 50 fish basically around that number. And you take 40 anglers times 2.5 hours, which equals 100 hours of fishing for these top 40 anglers. And you're basically averaging a 2-pounder every 2 hours of fishing.
Tough fishing.
Not that good.
No.
But, I mean, it is Florida in the summertime.
Yeah, to be expected.
So
it seems like current is a big key.
Yeah, a lot of the
guys
have figured that out.
Yeah.
So, and then today's also the last day of practice for, you mentioned it, for the Elite Series on Eufaula, which is their practice kind of butted up to the final day of the Toyota Series on Eufaula.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of, bigger team tournaments, individual tournaments on Eufaula too, not to mention the MLF earlier, which doesn't have an impact on it anymore, but
pretty beat up.
We thought that would be an absolute slugfest going into it. I'm very interested to see what Mr. HERREN has to say about it on his final day of practice, if it's going to be wide open or if, you would think a beat-up fishery, the guys who have the most offshore knowledge on that place would thrive, right?
Yeah, that's a good observation there.
So
we'll see. So we're going to have Matt HERREN on, and then Mark Copley of Strike King Lose, the director of the pro staff and media relations and all kinds of other things. They've got this video project that they are
Kings
launching.
of Bass.
Yeah.
Kings of Bass on Instagram TV.
Yeah. So we're going to get his kind of review, kind of get an introduction on exactly what that project is going to be like for Strike King and Lose. That involves, obviously, the pro staff. And then hopefully take a couple of phone calls or two. Now, tomorrow's show, I'm still working on it. Heck, I don't know what's going to happen. The phone might ring off the wall like it did yesterday after the show, but you are actually going to be on the water.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I don't know about
I can call
show.
in. I can call in.
We might be able to do that. I want to talk about this real quick, man. Over the weekend, I was looking for something that I knew I had a very slim chance of finding based upon where I was geographically here in Oklahoma City at a late hour. And these things are just not very readily available in the Oklahoma City market.
Okay.
All right. Do you know those? And forgive me for being an idiot. I don't know what they're called. They're not bobber stoppers. They're rubber pegs is what I call them. You know, they come in rows of 10 on each side.
They call them bobber stoppers.
Is that what they call them?
Or a bullet weight peg.
I just call it rubber pegs. All right. Could not find those things anywhere. So I was in Midwest City, which is a suburb of Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. And I thought, I'll just run into Dick's Sporting Goods and see if they have them in there. They
probably don't have them.
Dude, there was not one thing fishing in a Dick's Sporting Goods. Not one thing. Well, I take that back. They had a couple of kayaks in there.
Wasn't a couple rows of fishing?
Nothing. Zero. I was shocked. And what I'm wanting to know, is this something nationwide from the fans, or was this just a specific store that said, nah, we're not going to do the fishing stuff? Yeah, nah, we're going to do all golf, there's no hunting stuff in there. It was, tennis and golf and baseball and soccer and football. No fishing stuff. Did you have any idea about that, man?
No, there's one right down the road from you here, and I'll dip in there, and if I need some stuff.
I was shocked.
But they've definitely reduced their fishing inventory over the past year, I've noticed.
Have you ever seen the photo of how that whole thing got started? It was a tackle store.
Dick's Sporting Goods was a tackle store.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Some of the vintage photos that are out there. Yeah, that's the whole thing, how it got started. It was, and I can't remember if it was New York or New Jersey or something. I'm getting stuff on the instant feedback. It's nationwide.
Wow.
I was totally out of the loop on that. I know that they were reducing, but I had no idea that they just decided to pull the plug on everything. Did they have any kind of liquidation sale or anything that you were aware of?
I have no idea.
Huh.
Have no idea. Yeah, I'm looking. I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't recall seeing an official announcement, a press release, any info on their website. Can you still buy fishing stuff online from Dick's?
I don't know.
I didn't even think about that. So anyway, I was shocked. Now, I did manage to make it to Academy because I thought,
were they in stock yet?
Academy, the shelves are still bare, dude. And this was a different store. This was the store that's in Midwest City, not the store that's in Norman. And the shelves were still bare. And I actually talked to one of the, managers or whatever. And he said, yeah, man, anytime they're going to be restocked. We're just waiting on stuff.
There's fishing.
There is fishing on Dick's, huh? So I guess you can buy it online. Interesting. I was totally blown away by that. All right, man.
Baits and lures.
So you can still buy them online.
Hard baits. You got whopper ploppers.
Huh.
Yeah, you can still buy stuff online.
Okay. Well, we all know who owns the online market.
You can buy Megabass on Dick's Sporting Goods.
You can buy what?
Megabass jerkbaits.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Well, there's my little kind of experience talk for the day. I ran out.
There's a limited time sale. Buy 6, get 2 free.
Of what?
Megabass.
Huh.
That's on the juniors. Oh,
interesting.
Yeah. Here's the one.
Very
limited sale. On select lures. Huh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. So there you have it. I'm glad to hear that it wasn't just a unique situation here in the Oklahoma City market. All right. What else, Matthew?
Man, that's about it.
You got your fantasy team ready?
I do. I have that pulled up, and I was doing that while we were waiting to go live. Do you?
Yeah. I do not. I was going to wait until we talk to Matt and just kind of get his take on some things. I think it's going to be totally heavily focused on guys that are really good at fishing out.
How do you not? I would think, and I haven't looked at any of this, but I would think Clint Davis would be really strong here. The guy's used to fishing hot, pressured brush piles, and that's what he does.
Yeah.
And his nickname's Mega, and he's from Alabama.
Yeah, probably so.
I mean, this sets up for his wheelhouse, I believe. I don't even know what experience he has on Eufaula, but just the way that the Toyota Series went down, I would think Clint Davis would be a very strong candidate to have a shot at this one.
I agree. What group is he in?
He's in the C group. He's in the C group with Matt Herring.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's a very, very strong group. He's got the C group has Gerald Swindle in it, Brandon Cobb, Lowen, Clint Davis, Card, and Herren.
Huh.
Among others. David Fritz. Could David Fritz maybe catch him cranking?
It's his time.
I mean,
this is his time.
There were guys in the top 10 who caught him with a deep plug.
Yeah. Yeah, where are you sitting at in points?
I'm horrible. I'm in the top 87%.
How about me? Can you see me?
No, I can't. I can't go through.
I don't even. I think I'm in the 90s.
Oh, there you go. It's early.
Only 2 events into it, so we will definitely find out whether the deep bite is going to play into this week at Lake Eufaula.
You see what Skeet did? Skeet was fishing like different than everyone else. In the MLF.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like everyone else just seemed to be fishing normal. He was like up in like Cypress and like that. Is it still tannic water up there or down there in Florida?
So. Yeah.
That kind of clear coffee color.
Yeah.
Seemed like he was fishing a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw that, I was just like, "Ooh, what's wrong with that water?"
It's just what color it is.
It's kind of bizarre there. All right, so let's do this. Let's take a break. And then hopefully we're going to come back with Skeet live via Skype. A very, very busy show today on BTL. So everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The ultimate fishing system starts with Lowrance HDS Live. The best fish finding tools, from chirp sonar and fish reveal to side scan and down scan imaging, and complete touchscreen control from your trolling motor to your big motor.
Yeah, you care about gear ratios, inches per turn, and ball bearings, but most importantly, you want reliability and dependability in the equipment you use. Lew's doesn't cut corners when it comes to the gear they build. The new Speed Spool LFS is the best $99 reel in the market. Go see for yourself.
We've paired one of the most iconic hulls in the history of bass boats with a proven lineup of trusted accessories. We're bringing you best-in-class value and performance, leaving others in your wake. Turnkey value, turnkey performance. The Pantera 2 is an overachiever in the 19-foot category. Once you hit the throttle, you'll feel the rush, and there's no looking back.
Kevin, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just filling in for Billy.
I need 660 shad crankbaits in the Series 5 model.
We're out.
You're not out. You got all kinds of them right there.
We're out.
Kevin, I need 6.
Have a lollipop.
I do not want a lollipop.
Have a lollipop.
Do you have it in sexy shad color?
At Duckett Fishing, we have assembled the top pros in the country to help us design rods to give you a competitive advantage. Castability, strength, durability, action, sensitivity, weight and balance, and consistency. Combine that with the best warranty in the industry, and you have rods that are pro-driven.
Duckett Fishing, pro-driven.
Hey everybody, Tide Faircloth here. Want to show you one of my favorite braided lines, SX1 30-pound Sunline braid. I use this braided line for a couple of different applications, and one of my favorites to use for this line is a swim jig. Casts great, and it's small diameter, and just works really great on a swim jig. Another technique I like to use for 30-pound SX1 Sunline braid is whenever I'm flipping like a light, say an 1/8 to a 1/4 ounce weight in grass, small diameter, I don't lose much action on my worm, just works great in those scenarios. So if you're looking for a braided line for a swim jig or fishing a light Texas rig, check out Sunline's SX1 30-pound braid.
All right, we are back on a Tuesday, a jam-packed Tuesday right here on BTL. All kinds of stuff going on. And what were you saying, Matthew?
Oh, just on the YouTube comments, numerous people are saying that Dick's has moved their outdoor products to the Field and Stream stores.
Oh, okay.
Most of that.
We don't have
fishing.
those in Oklahoma.
No, I don't think so. And then also, so if you know that the Denny Brower KVD Strike King commercial that we run there, where he's like, "Hey, I'll have those crankbaits," and KVD's like, "Have a lollipop."
Yeah.
So at the the Kurt Dove Pro Bass Camp, Denny was one of the instructors. He does it every year.
Yeah.
Well, Rick Harris, who guides down at Amistad, bought a bunch of lollipops, gave them to all the kids the morning. You fish with 8 kids over the course of the 4 days.
Yeah.
And all 8 kids, when they caught one, their first fish of the morning when they were fishing with Denny, would pull the lollipop out and say, "Here, Denny, have a lollipop." And Denny was just getting roasted on it by the end of it, because he knew once a kid caught a fish, here comes the lollipop.
Yeah. Denny Boer.
I got paired with that Denny guy. I said, "Hey," come here, young man. Let's sit down and let's have a little history lesson on this Denny guy that you're going to fish with tomorrow.
Denny Boer.
I did have one of them ask him. I said, "Hey, weren't you the guy on the Fruity Pebbles box?"
Wow.
But yeah, no, they all were like, "Oh, he's the man." By the end of the week, it's interesting.
Well, it should be. Jeez.
Like I said, it's interesting. Those kids, it's just a whole,
world.
It's a whole different world on what they watch and hold in high regard.
All right, it is time to go to our special guest, and it has been a while, but man, what a great first day in the heavy hitters for Skeet Reese, and we're going to welcome Skeet in now. Skeet, you there, man?
I'm here. What's up, guys?
Well, it's been a while. Had you on the show.
That's not my fault. You just don't call me anymore.
That's not true, man.
Jeffrey said he didn't call you because you haven't been catching him. That's what Jeffrey said. He said that to Trisha yesterday. Yesterday, he's like, "Well, it's been a while since we had Skeet, but it's been a while since he's caught him." So there's your id right there.
I see. Thanks, Jeffries.
Oh, well.
So much for being a bud.
I know. All right.
I see. It's all performance driven. Just that's the way it is.
All right. Let's talk about yesterday, man. How good was it? And it seems like obviously the conditions are very tough, but dude, you shined yesterday on day one, and he went away.
Oh, he got that upset at you that he just killed the feed.
He just disconnected it.
He disconnected the feed, Mark.
Golly.
Well, it was a good interview with Skeet. We'll see him in 3 years now.
Well, let's see here. We had this yesterday and we had no problem.
No, it was perfect. They got like
no
a
issues.
Backdrop there with MLF, like the logo slightly off-centered. I mean, they got it together there as far as...
Jeez. All right, here, let's try this again.
As far as bringing it to guess.
Man.
You trying to call him again, or you already got him on the line again?
No, I'm trying to call him again. We even tested at 8 a.m. this morning, too.
Skeet wasn't up at 8 though. It was just
No, it was Trisha.
Okay. They got no answer now. Their internet connection just went down at you follow.
Yeah.
That was a good
That's not
interview
on
with
us.
Skeet though.
No. Yeah, it says they're not online. So, well, what do you do? What do you do, man?
You want to?
Don't know what to.
Well, I mean, we could.
Well, I guarantee you they're trying to reconnect right now.
Yeah. Well,
They
we
really
could
are.
Flip it and call up. Well, we got like 7 more guests on today, Mark,
know.
so we could just flip it and then move him.
I know, but Skeet's time's very valuable. I mean, he had stuff going on, so we had this all worked out. So
I guess they haven't. Yeah, they haven't had a lot of time to get a lot of those guys on their off days. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Some of the guys have the families down there. Like, you see Freddie down there with his family. They go out fishing and stuff. And then other guys always do a bunch of work and stuff with sponsors on the days in between.
Yeah, their internet connection obviously is shot. So, golly, man, you hung me out to dry on that.
That was actually pretty good timing for them to lose the internet. After what I've put up with in March and April with the Jason Christie stuff, I'll take that.
That was pretty funny.
Your cheeks are a little. I'm not joking. Your cheeks are a little flushed.
I'm a little. Yeah, that was
because there wasn't time to clear that up.
All right, here we go. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, you back?
Really?
Hey, dude, that was not on me. That was not on me.
I just went click.
Yeah, that's what we said.
No, that was not on me. All right, so.
Oh, they went away again.
Jeez. Yeah, that's on them. That's not us at all.
Uh-oh.
So, we finally get Skeet on. You know what this means, man. We're going to have the SKEET REESE show on in the coming weeks.
Oh, we're going to have him on.
Yeah.
You should see if you could next week get him to co-host one of the shows with you. I mean, that'd be a good way to make it up.
Yeah, I might be able to do that.
You think he would do that?
I don't know. We'll see.
Third time's a charm right here?
Let's see. Do we have it? Do we
Really?
have Dude,
I don't know.
That is not us.
It is not us.
Hey, we got 15 seconds before you go away. So what's a burning thing that you just got to get off your chest here, Skeet?
Oh, I got to be PC now, so I'm going to keep that. I don't know. It was a good day. My practice was horrible. I saw something the last day of practice in the last hour of the day that kind of made me think about something, and so I had a little hunch, and I went with it, and it turned out to be the right call. So I don't know what will happen when I go back out on my second day of competition, but. Yeah, I think there's more pressure now going into day 2 than there is going into day 1. I had no expectations on day 1. Now I'm trying to win my round and get all the way through to the championship. So that's my goal.
How long has it been since you fished Florida in the summertime?
Never.
Really?
Wow.
How different is it? Like, is it this? Okay, so like everything looks the same in Florida.
Okay, but I'm just right now. It is really creepy down here because typically we come to Florida January, February, so all the snowbirds are here. There's a million kids at the airport, Disney World. Everything is just booming. So I flew into Orlando Wednesday, and I come off the airplane. Not zero people at the gates in the whole wing I was in. I'm like, whoa, this is really eerie. Then you get to the lake, which normally there's guide, shiner boats, people fishing everywhere. There's nobody on the water.
Wow.
It's so weird having the whole lake to ourselves for the most part. I mean, I haven't seen but maybe 10 or 20 boats fishing all week long that are non-competitors.
What'd you do with your rig for 2.5 months? Was it just hanging out somewhere, or did you take that back and then have someone drive it to Florida?
I had it go back home, so it was. So I got a buddy of mine, Dale, that drives it now, and so he drove it back to Cali, so I could film some stuff out there, and then he drove it back here last week.
That's got to be the first time that rig has ever been in California in the month of April, except when you guys are fishing.
You know what? You're probably right on that.
Yeah.
In 10 years.
Well, no, because we had...
well, outside of the Elite Series in 15.
Yeah, we had a lead out there.
But, I mean, I just meant in general. I mean, that thing leaves and stays away for like 7 months, right?
Yeah, usually leaves January, comes back in September.
Because you always see it every time you drive by any airport. It's always like in the extended parking out there.
Yeah. Skeet, man, all kidding aside, I really want to know a couple things from a strategy standpoint. One, did you approach this tournament any different with so much money on the line? And two, really kind of describe the struggles, if you even classify it as struggles, that you've had in recent tournaments.
Well, let's go to the first part of the question. I coming into heavy hitters, I had grand ideas of throwing big baits and just making, whether it's going to be a 12-inch power, big swim baits. I'm like, I'm fishing for one bite. I'm going to catch a 10-pounder, and I'm going to catch a bunch of big ones. And then after the first day of practice, when I never had a keeper bite, I'm like, well, you can pretty much throw that out the window for me. And so my as typical, you have preconceived notions going to a body of water, and a lot of times we're wrong in those preconceived notions. So you're having to adjust to the current conditions, and that's what I had to do the last couple of days and practice, and especially going into the first day of competition. So my preconceived thoughts are much different from what the reality is. Of course, I don't know what reality is in my head anymore. Then back to your second question, as far as my performance, I really don't have the answer to why the last year and a half I kind of just haven't I haven't lived up to my standards and my tournament performance that I've had for the last 20 some odd years out here. I felt like I was doing what I needed to do. I was maybe always trying to adjust. If something's not working, don't keep doing it. So try to do something different. And I felt like I've been doing that, and it hasn't worked. And the first time that it has happened in the last year is at Lake Fork on last day of competition, where I felt like I made the right decisions. I called my shots and I was right, and it felt good. Okay, my decision-making process is not always screwed up. So gotcha. I made good decision that last day, and I still didn't make the cut, but I had one of the biggest bags or biggest days that day, and so it felt good. It built a little confidence back up, and so hopefully I'll just got the wheels turning again, and I can keep positive progression going, and we've got couple more days of Bass Pro Tour here, and then we get to go to stage 5 and hopefully catch them there.
All right, man. We had Brent Ayler on, and I know the situation in California. There were a lot of lakes that had restrictions on them during the break. How did you stay dialed in during the break, and do you think that break has really actually helped you?
Oh, that's hard to say. The break, I did get some fishing in, a little bit more than I normally would at home. I did some filming on the Delta. We went to Don Pedro, went to Clear Lake. Not a ton of days. I was happy to get back on the road because my list of chores and jobs, honeydews and all that, she wore my ass out. So that's all I know is I wanted to, we got a lake house at Clear Lake, a vacation rental that I worked my tail off on trying to get ready. And so if you guys, I got a vacation rental for you in Clear Lake if you want to come out.
Great.
But I felt like I was able to fish a little bit to make sure that I didn't backlash every cast, and kind of tried to stay in the moment the best I could, and then just going keep going back and feeding off that one day at Fork and feeling good about the way I fished and want to keep that going.
All right, I want to talk a little bit about current, and the aspects of the current seemed to be a key yesterday for you. Look at him. Did you see what he did, Matthew? All right, I'm not going to go down that path. Moving on.
It was on.
Moving on.
Yeah, it was moving.
Yeah, moving on.
It was on live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Moving on.
Yeah. I just thought it was, I mean, it seems like you figured, here's a way that you could ask that. It seems as though you appeared as though you may possibly have done some exploring towards the end of your round yesterday and maybe uncovered something that you found to be interesting and require further exploration once you launch your boat tomorrow. Fair assessment?
Yeah, it was. The current definitely was a factor. I think the water temperature was a few degrees cooler. Anytime you get into sand and rivers in the summertime, it doesn't matter what part of the country you're in, especially in the south, sand tends to stay cooler than anything else. So if you have a sand and hardcover combination, it's usually good with current. What was interesting is I saw how many fish were schooling at the mouth of the river. And on the last day of practice, last hour, a bunch of little non-scorables. But I said, well, let me sit here and see how many I can catch, and if I can catch a keeper, and I did. Then I just realized the water temperature was cooler. I said, this is where I gotta jump in here and just see if I can, what's up in this, if there's anything up in the river. And I looked at the sandbar that evening, and I was like, ooh, that's a little sketchy getting in there, but I'm not scared to jump anything to get in. And so we backed up, got a running jump, and we got in there and had no idea what to expect. Didn't know we were going to catch one, but then I realized it didn't take long before I caught a couple fish. I'm like, uh-oh, game on, kids.
All right, very nice.
Fishing question, then I want to go back to that sand. Is that a nationwide thing in the summer? You look for sand
Absolutely.
bottoms when it's, so this is applicable in Alabama, Oklahoma, all over when you get that up. Explain that and what you look for.
Wisconsin, it's a delta. Anywhere that you're in a river system, and that water's temperature starts getting above 80, sand stays cooler, and those fish will just stay up on that shallow sand a lot more than they will, say, on rock or if they have shade, sand and shade, then you got a great combination. But that's sometimes a little bit harder to find.
But typically, where you find the sand bottom, if you're just visually looking at they're kind of crappy looking areas, aren't they?
Oh, it looks like crap. Yeah, definitely. You're looking at it's just a big white sand, but that white sand stays cooler than that black muck.
There you go. There's a little fishing gem.
I like that. That's good stuff. And you know what has a lot of sand in it? You know what lake, Matthew? Any idea?
Arkansas River?
No. Lake X, man.
Oh, it does.
Oh, yeah, a ton of sand.
Well, he was talking about river systems mainly.
I know.
River systems or lakes?
I'm still just tripping out. You're calling him Matthew. It's like he's two.
No, it's some crap. No, so he started out with the Nature Boy for a lot of years, and then I was like, that's a Ric Flair's deal. So then he went to the Grasshopper, which was kind of offensive, but not really. Then he went to Matt. Then he just started calling me Matthew because he was angry at me for a year or something. He knew I didn't like it.
That's what it sounds like.
Then we fished a one-on-one, and I've beat him 9 years in a row, or seven years in a row. And the deal was, hey, if I beat you again, you got to go back to calling me Matt. But then, by some freak magical luck thing, he beat me, and now he really was rubbing it in with Matthew. There's the quick 5-year history. Yeah,
Matthew.
My mom doesn't even call me that.
Yeah, well,
I love it.
So, but mainly rivers though. Not lakes, or lakes too, with the sand thing?
Typically you don't have, I'm just trying to think if there's sand in the lakes.
There's a lot of beaches. A lot of beaches around the...
Yeah.
They're usually swim beaches.
Yeah, but you could fish around the edges.
You can't fish them. That's a good question. I would say from my experience, what I'm looking for, I'm typically in river systems. That is it's more of a factor for me there.
All right.
Okay, so combination sand, hardcover, river system, shades even better. Looks like crap. Guaranteed to jack them.
There you have it. All right, man. We don't want to keep you too long, but I want to do this. I want to get you
safety first.
Yes.
What else do you do today? Are you filming a bunch of stuff after this today?
Yeah, they've got me pretty well booked for the next 5 hours. I'm going to be from one to the other, to the other, to the other. And so I got up early this morning, did my tackle before it got 987,000 degrees out. Yeah. I've already sweat 2.3 gallons. And so I got to go hydrate so I can go film some more.
All right. We're going to get you on the show. After this week, we'll get you booked. We'll work around your
really?
schedule. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see.
All right. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Will you co-host one with Mark? We talked about that in the break. He didn't know if you would. He didn't know if you had an hour. Because I won't be here,
He's
next
gone
week.
next week.
Where are you going?
I'm fishing the Arkansas River.
What derby you got?
The Open.
Open.
Bassmaster Open on the Arkansas River.
Yeah.
It's going to be a slugfest. 20 to 30 pounds a day, everyone.
That is not going to be the case.
Deep drop.
He's never been on the river,
Deep drop. Yeah, I have. I've been on one time. I needed
yeah.
to catch one fish to make the BFO regional. I caught one fish.
Are you going to catch one fish?
I hope I catch one fish. I got to learn how to change my prop first.
We got into that discussion.
So remember,
he doesn't even know how to change a prop.
You've never changed a prop hanger?
No, I have, but I don't feel comfortable that if I smoke something that I can pull it up on the bank and change it in 10 minutes and be back. I could change it in a controlled environment. But remember that video we shot in like 2014 or something when you hired me to shoot and you did change it a prop. I went back and watched it twice. I did a hell of a job editing that thing. That is the most informative prop changing video that I have ever seen. I mean, you go through everything. I had the angles, the cutaway, music, fade in, fade out.
Yeah.
So I've been watching stuff that I shot with Skeet in 15 to get ready for a tournament next week. That's full circle right there.
Wow.
That is full circle.
Wow.
Well, hopefully you don't have to do it, but it's a really good possibility you are.
How many times have you had to change a prop or something like that on the water in tournament competition over the course of your career?
Oh, gosh. 12, 15 times.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and it's not a manufacturer product. It's driver error. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's me taking off in places you're not supposed to take off.
Yeah.
It's running, hitting shell beds and crab traps or whatever.
Okay, so I'll ask you this because I had this conversation after. Okay, take into account you got 85 elites, you got 150 FLW guys, you got 80 of you guys. How many of those guys, what percentage would you say, what percentage of those do not know some basic functions that everyone just assumes that they know how to do, that just rely on the service crew to get it all done, and like if something hits the fan,
I'd
they're
say
screwed?
about 92%.
Don't know or do know?
Do not know. They don't know. We got a bunch of guys out there. They're clueless.
Yeah. How many guys you think could change? Who would
A
carry?
light bulb?
No.
92% of them cannot change.
As a whole, how many? This is a serious question because you've been around for forever. I mean, not in a bad way, in a good way. But what percentage of guys could change a prop in 10 minutes and know exactly how to do that? Of the entire, would you say, quote unquote, professional anglers across the field? Have everything in the boat ready to go. Boom, pull it up, not think twice, change it, be back on their way.
I want to say 10%, but I want to give credit to maybe more. So 15%.
That's unbelievable.
Seriously?
Wow.
Yeah, I just thought there's a lot of guys that they're not. It's the guys that are hard on stuff that we take off in places that you're not supposed to, run where you're not supposed to. We're all experts at it, but there's a lot of guys that aren't that aggressive. They will idle for 9 miles so they don't hit anything, so they don't ever have to change a prop.
See, in yesterday's show, I admitted that I wasn't super comfortable doing that. I get off the show and I'm like, God, I hope I didn't just look like a total clown admitting that.
Well,
I
you
need
still
to work.
do, but
well, yeah, no, but so I feel better now.
Yeah. You guys have service crews, right, Skeet?
Well, we do.
But
have
not
service
40
crews.
miles
I think
up a
that's
river.
Why half the guys don't know how to do it because they just go to the service crew and just say,
Fix
"Hey,
it.
I bent the blade on my prop. What do I do?"
Fix it. Fix it. Just fix it. Oh, well.
All right.
Hey, man, last question. How cool was it shooting a commercial with Richard Petty?
That was pretty iconic.
Yeah.
Just to have for General Tire to even incorporate us with Richard Petty in a commercial shoot for the fishing industry was like crazy cool. It spoke volumes for what General Tire, their support of the fishing industry and the racing industry, to be able to bring the two together was fun. I was just pissed that he was Edwin's driver, not mine.
Yeah.
Because my rig's way cooler than Edwin's, so Richard would look way better behind the wheel of my big truck. But I will say this. I mean, the guy was, I don't know, he's pretty old. Yeah. He was the nicest individual you could meet to be around as many millions of people he's been around, as many autographs he's had to sign. He would do anything you asked him to do while he was there to work, and he was a true professional, and I was very impressed with him. He doesn't know anything about fishing, but I don't know much about racing. But I was honored to be able to just be there, take a picture with him. I'm like, gosh, this dude's a legend.
What did he have to do? He literally just rolled the window down. The commercial.
Doesn't matter. He's Richard Petty. He doesn't have to do anything.
You're standing there and he rolls the window down. That's his part.
Yeah, I'm good.
Does he not? Does he even say anything in it? Does he say like
he says something.
hi guys or something?
Yeah. It's Richard Petty, though.
No, I know.
He doesn't have to speak. He just do a cameo would be all like,
I know.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, that's cool. All right, dude. We're going to let you go. Know you have a busy day, but man, so happy for you to get off to a great start at Heavy Hitters. And I'm serious, dude. We're going to get you on the show. All right. I'll work around your schedule, and I'm so glad that you're doing well now. All right?
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, just got to keep it going. That's the whole key here.
All right, man.
So appreciate you having me on. It's always good hearing you guys, seeing you guys.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for a few years, so Jeffries, you're really old now.
I am, man. I really am, dude. Really, really old. All right, man. Best of luck to you, Skeet, and we will have you on the show very soon.
All right.
See ya. All right, there you have it, Skeet Reese. Good stuff there.
Yeah, that one's unexpected. Matt Herren texted me too. He's like, "Have you guys tried calling me yet? What time did you say you'd get Matt on?"
We're trying.
Can you go straight to Matt then? Because he might be in a good sell area.
Yeah. Let me do this, but
then you also have to text Copley and be like, "Hey."
Yeah. Hang on. Let me see if I can.
I don't know if he's happy. So I've always been told if someone responds with K, like okay or sure, if they just say K, that means they're not happy.
Who's that?
Well, he said, y'all try calling me yet? And I said, not yet. And he said, K.
Well, he texted me and said he didn't have service.
Just now?
No, he said, I just got service. Were you guys trying to call me?
Oh, okay.
So here, let's call him right now. Let's see here.
That was good, Skeet. That was a good interview.
Yeah, it was really good. We'll get him back on.
Did that surprise you? Only 15%?
Yeah,
Skeet thought?
It did.
Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 20.
Here.
Let me text him, say just tried.
Yeah, do that. And then we still need to get Mark on. So good interview with Skeet. And, he's pretty upfront about he doesn't know why. And a lot of times that happens. You just get in that funk where it seems like you're not doing anything right. So
does Eufaula have good cell service on it? Did they have good cell service?
He's just trying to call me right now.
Voice message.
He just tried to call me.
And you just tried to call him?
Yeah.
At the same time?
Yeah. So here, let me try it again.
Your call has been...
Golly.
He's still trying to call you now.
Yeah.
You're doing that thing where you're trying to call each other at the same time.
Hang on.
Oh, now we're on the cell phone.
Hey, I'm going to call you right back, okay? All right.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a debacle right now, but we're 0 for 2 on smooth transitions to guess.
Well,
it's live TV.
It's technology, man.
Hello.
Oh,
right,
we got
Matt,
him. He's live.
You're there. You're on live. How are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are y'all this morning?
Doing good. Kind of crazy. Got all kinds of stuff going on. But, man, we greatly appreciate you taking time out and kind of giving us and the fans a little indication on what's going down at Eufaula. So how's your practice been? What can you tell us? I hear it might be a little tough.
Yeah, it definitely acting like a lake has had a lot of pressure, and it has. But more so than the pressure right now is the water's rising. And that, you would think that ordinarily that'd be pretty good, but it's kind of taking these fish that were bunched up offshore, and for whatever reason, when the water comes up, they kind of want to go to the bank with it.
Interesting.
And it's just It's kind of just got them all over the place. I mean, it's the big groups that were out got beat up on pretty bad last week in the Toyota Series, and it's just gonna be a different kind of tournament. We're expecting rain tomorrow. I don't think the tournament can be won shallow, but I think you're going to see quite a few guys do well shallow, and then whoever gets lucky enough to get on the right 2 or 3 schools offshore and get them to state. That's the biggest problem. Is it's a timing deal. It seems like when the coral will move a little water, they bunch up and kind of set up. You can catch them, and other than that, it's they're kind of both high in the water column. Just real lethargic, typical late summer, or summertime pattern when you fall.
Wow, it sounds a little bit like a junk fishing pattern. You might catch a few shallow, slide out, hit timing right deep. I mean, it seems like a lot of rods on the deck for this one for you.
Yeah, it is. It'll take me a while to get ready tonight when I sit down and retie and get everything prepared, because especially if we get up in the morning and it's we're dealing with heavy rain and thunderstorms like they're talking about. That's one scenario. If it's bright blue, that's another. So who knows?
I swear, if it gets postponed tomorrow, after what you guys have been through this year on the Elite Series.
Jeez.
Surely not. I mean, I don't know. Y'all hang on a minute. Hang on. Hold on. You ever had somebody catch one live on?
You got one?
Yep.
Is it big?
I want to save that one, Matt.
Is it a big one?
No, it's a 10.5 pounder. He ain't gonna hurt me none. If I'm playing in him, I'm in trouble.
All right. So what's going to be a good day? 18, 20 pounds? Is it going to take 18 to 20 pounds a day to win this thing, Matt?
I think 21, 22. I mean, somebody's going to get on the right school offshore fish. I mean, that's just going to happen. And they're going to, there'll be 2 or 3 guys that do that, and they're going to catch it pretty good. I've got a couple of schools going deep. It's just a matter of, do they bite, and are you there when they bite? I mean, they're acting funky enough that you just can't go sit on the school and wait on them. I mean, you're just gonna have to hope that you get your cards lined up and your timing's right.
All right,
there you go.
A lot of summertime stuff going on there. Sounds like. All right, dude, we're gonna let you get back to practice, but thank you so much for taking time out and kind of cluing us in just a little bit there.
All right, thanks for having me, guys.
All right, man. Take care, Matt.
All right, see you.
All right, see you. So, summertime gig there, dude.
Well, now I'm in a predicament. Because Clint Davis and Matt Herren are both in the C group. Matt Herren catches a 2.5 pounder, says, if I have that one, I got problems. But Ted says it's kind of tough. Let's on that he's got a few deep schools, but there's some shallow. I think.
So that didn't help you at all? There?
No, that confused me. Yeah. Thoroughly confused the fantasy team. What about you?
Yeah, I'm a little confused right now. Anyway, all right, let's do this. Let's take a break, and then we'll come back, hopefully, with Mark Copley of Strike King and Lose. Talk a little bit about this video series that they're going to be doing, and then hopefully take some phone calls. Jeez, what a
we're
crazy
going to do
show.
all that, too.
Yeah.
We're going to take phone calls after
Mark.
3 guests and phone calls.
Yeah, how about that?
All right.
We got plenty of time. All right, everybody, stay tuned right here on a Tuesday.
Let's face it, fishing electronics are no longer an afterthought. They've become a necessity. And at the Bass Tank, our experts match you with the right electronics, provide professional installation, and educate you to help maximize your catching results while providing support along the way. Because let's be honest, it's about catching, not just fishing. And when you're ready for better results, join the Bass Tank team. Visit us today on Facebook or go to thebasstank.com.
Blue Water by TH Marine. Offering LED lighting solutions for your boat, trailer, truck, ATV, and so much more. Engineered and built to be rugged with waterproof and submersible options. Designed for easy installation, Blue Water is available in a variety of colors and styles. All backed by a limited lifetime warranty. Blue Water by TH Marine.
The name SPRO says it all. SPRO stands for Sports Professionals. When you look at the pro staff that SPRO has brought on board over the past 15 years, it's been pretty incredible. I mean, one got it just then. From the development of the Rock Crawler to the McStick, from the Fat Papa to the Little John series, when you tie a SPRO bait on, you know it's been designed by a professional to get the job done.
As a professional angler, you've got so many things on your mind. Any advantage that we have is key. And not only rods and reels and lines and baits, but in our clothes. And the guys at AFCO, I mean, they have something for every situation. There's nothing AFCO hasn't thought about with the fishermen in mind. It's designed for fishermen, by fishermen, for every scenario you can come to. Any fish, any water, any condition, AFCO has you covered.
All of us on the Pro Tournament Trail use Gamakatsu hooks.
Why?
Because they are absolutely the best.
It's not about how many bites you get.
It's how many you put in the boat.
Gamakatsu makes hooks for every fishing style.
We didn't come this far to lose fish.
Did you?
For more information, visit gamakatsu.com.
The Big Bite Baits Kamikaze Swim On is a very unique bait, and it's got a full body but with ribs to give it a bigger profile but not more plastic. It's got a jointed tail that gives it a lot of action, as well as this up and down crawl type trail with holes and ribs in it, so it creates a bubble trail almost. This bait is supposed to be fished upside down or vertical like this on a great for a chatterbait. I prefer it on a swim jig as well, but you can also cut it down and put it on the back of a finesse jig. You know, flip it around for some spotted bass or flipping docks. Anytime you want a small, compact, you know, little trailer for it, this is great for it. So check out the full lineup of swim-ons at bigbitebaits.com.
All right, we are back on a crazy Tuesday here in the BTL studio. And it is time to go to our third guest of the day.
That's 6 guests in 2 days, but who's counting?
It's a lot.
And an in-studio guest, and we're taking phone calls. What has gotten into you, Mark?
Yeah.
And through it all, you have worn the same striped Nike polo and Cornell hockey
Not the
hat.
same.
Very
Not
impressive.
the same. Not the same shirt.
Can we do it? Can we do a like an in the closet show? That's a horrible title for it. That's a really bad title for it.
Really, really bad.
But
man.
can we do a tour of your closet?
You want to take your GoPros in there?
I would
and see,
really like to see what your walk-in closet
do you have a
looks
suit
like.
closet?
I have a suit in a closet. Does that count?
I'm asking you, do you have a suit closet? No, I have a suit closet. Just
you know what Hallman has?
Specifically for suits.
Hallman has a cedar closet.
Yeah.
You have a cedar closet?
No. That's high dollar, dude.
He has a cedar closet. The light goes on when you open the door. That's how fancy
you're
it is.
ragging on me about all the coaching polos that I have. Let's do yours.
Okay.
All right.
You know what I have?
Be probably equal.
Here's what I have.
What's that?
I went to Target and I got one of those, like the you know those racks that they have that you like put up like when you're doing I got one of those racks and I have all of my AFCO stuff on the top rack and all the AFCO shorts and pants on the bottom rack. And then all the rest of the stuff goes in the closet.
That's it.
So every morning I wake up, you always rag on me that's all the stuff I wear.
That's all you
I just
wear.
have the stand up the stand up like wardrobe.
Dude, do you have
deal
any
right there.
Ralph Lauren stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
How much?
I have 3 or 4 polos.
Okay.
And a couple button downs.
Any Dior?
What?
Dior?
What's
Christian
that?
Dior?
No.
No?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Hilfiger?
Hilfiger?
Yeah.
Yeah, in 8th grade.
Dude, I'm just asking. right? I'm not wanting you to refer.
I mean, it's too much information. I got Hilfiger boxers. They're my favorite brand of boxer.
That is way too much information. All right. Yeah, but no, man, you can go check out my closet. I'm rocking it.
All right.
All right. There's plenty of stuff
I
in there.
feel like if you're prone to seizures, it probably wouldn't be a good thing to look directly at.
Oh, jeez. Seizures. Jeez, man. Come on. All right. It is time for our next guest. Good friend of the show. Very supportive. The man behind so much that goes on from a media perspective and manages the pro staff for Strike King and Lose. It is time to go to Mark Copley. Let's bring him in now. Mark, you there, man?
I am here.
Thank you so much. It's been kind of a crazy morning, and I know you don't want to know what kind of underwear Matt wears, so we won't even get into that. I don't even know why he said that.
You asked if I had any Hilfiger.
Yeah.
That's a TMI.
Yeah, that's way beyond where we want to go on this show. Anyway, great stuff launching tonight. That's why I wanted to have you on the show. And talk a little bit about what the fans can expect from this video series that's going to launch tonight.
Well, one of the things they can expect is it's going to be real. And when I mean, there's no put on. The guys are being themselves. And look, all we ever see are weigh-ins and fish catches and all that. And there's some of that in here, but it's a behind-the-scenes look at the life of a pro angler. And it's specifically, it's Tyler Anderson with Tyler's Real Fishing, one of the YouTube guys, is shot and edited this for us. And it's a look at Jeff Sprague, Van Dam, Andy Montgomery, Mark Rose, and Greg Hackney, and their travels through the MLF Tour. We're going to have 3 episodes this year, going to expand a little more next year, but it's, and I'm not going to give away too much, but you got to watch it. But to watch Andy be Andy is priceless.
Oh, yeah. He's
the only guy I know from South Carolina that sounds like he's from Lower Alabama.
That's good, Mark. That's very good. All right, so what time and where?
7 o'clock tonight, Instagram TV on both the Strike King and the Lose Instagram channels. And they'll be updated with a new episode every Tuesday.
So is it just going to be focusing on one of those anglers or all of them at the same time?
It kind of bounces back and forth. And there's no rhyme or reason to as far as who he goes to next. The way it's been edited it's really good because you're with someone just long enough before it's time to move to someone else, and it's a fresh look. It's how these guys go about getting prepared for a tournament. It's what they do on their off days. That's one of the unique things about MLF is the off day, and honestly, I like it. I'm actually at Toho right now, looking out on a lake with not a ripple on it and very little wind. So, it's really cool to have these off days because it allows us as sponsors of these guys to get a lot of content, and that's just what Tyler has done.
That's once again, it's on IGTV, which is Instagram TV. So you got to have an Instagram account too. So if you don't have, most people have one now, but if you don't, this would be a good time to get it totally free. You don't have to do anything to get it or post anything. But it's the Strike King Lure Company, all one word, is where it'll be on Strike King, and then Lose_Fishing is the Instagram page. So go like both of those and follow both of those accounts, and then you can just it'll pop up there and you can watch it. You click on the little watch the Instagram TV deal, boom, it's just like watching it on YouTube.
All right, Mark, I'm curious.
Did you have something else to add about that? Did I get that right?
Well, I was just going to say what's cool is because the fact that there are still a lot of people at home that have not gone back to work yet, and people are searching for things to watch. This is a good one to pick up and start watching.
All right, Mark, will it be archived in a sense on YouTube? In other words, when it's on Instagram for a while, will it eventually find its way to both the Strike King and the Lose YouTube channels?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. We try to keep everything archived in some form or fashion somewhere. So, you want to watch it now, but it will be available later.
All right, very cool. Now, Mark, you've been in this gig for a long time, been in the industry for so many years. I'm curious, have we reached the point, Matt and I have discussed this numerous times on this show, but I want your thoughts. Have we reached the point where it's almost more important from a promotional standpoint what you do off the water than what you do on the water? What are your thoughts on that?
I think there's probably some validity to that. I'm not going to lighten the fact of it is important what they do. That's what draws attention. But it's no longer a game of walking across the stage and saying your sponsor's name and that's enough. It's just to stay competitive in this game. It's the name of the game is content. And that's part of my new responsibilities is traveling to the tournaments and getting content with our guys. So for any aspiring angler out there, you better learn how to get good on TV and radio and working with the media.
All right, there you have it. Now, big thing for us here on BTL, obviously Striking and Lose are basically supplying so many great prizes for what I think are the best fans in the world, the BTL fans, with the Apex Bass Games that we're going to conduct on June 23rd. And once again, Mark, got to thank you tremendously. Very appreciative for Striking and Lose being involved with that. And I know the fans are going to appreciate it. So thank you so much. And a great thing for the fans to look forward to on June 23rd.
Absolutely. And look, as much as it seems like we focus on pro anglers, we need to focus on people who want to fish, and there's every level that you can think of, and down to and one of the funny things is I did some content with Jason Christie earlier, and we were talking about growing up fishing on a bank, and there's as many of those type anglers out there. So we want to make sure that we are helping people out and providing great quality equipment and being a part of things like the Apex Games.
All right, man. Great stuff. Florida in June, a little toasty, a little humid.
It's honestly, I was listening to you guys earlier, and Skeet's right. It's really weird down here, and there's nobody down here.
Wow.
I mean, it's like eerily, because there's no one. The hotels are pretty empty. There's not a lot of traffic on the streets. Disney World is closed down. All the theme parks are closed down here. But the lake looks beautiful, and it's hot, but it's not overly killer hot.
Yeah.
Which it can be down. There's a little bit of humidity, and typical Florida weather. If you don't like it starts raining, just wait a few minutes. It's going to change, because that's what happens down here.
All right, man. Mark, thank you so much. Stay safe, and we will definitely talk to you very soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys, and look forward to talking soon.
All right, man. Take care, Mark.
See ya.
Take care, guys.
See ya. All right, there you have it. Once again, Matthew, just kind of reiterate where they can catch it tonight real quick.
At 7 p.m. Eastern time on the Striking and Lose Fishing Instagram pages. Lose_fishing Striking Lure Company, and I guess it'll just simultaneously be on that.
I've never watched anything on Instagram TV.
So if it's longer, typically it's like, I guess the progression was, we can do videos, but you got to keep it to a minute. So then you'd have the minute, but they'd be chopped up into 5 different ones. And now they've got Instagram TV where you can upload longer videos. And there's a little thing that says continue watching on Instagram TV. And you click yes. And then it'll go full screen on the side, not just the box. And you can watch the whole thing then,
So who's been kind of the leader on Instagram TV from a fishing standpoint?
I don't know. All the same guys who just keep up with the new features that are on it. Yeah, most guys do it now. If it's longer than a minute. Yeah,
Lucas?
They're still doing. No. They're still doing the YouTube stuff too. But I would assume this is also to drive traffic to those pages,
to the YouTube pages,
or to the Instagram pages.
Oh, okay.
Where you get that they talk about all the different stuff that's going on with those companies. It's how you get a lot of information is scrolling through Instagram and then seeing what's going on with the company. So it's it's even faster than scrolling through Facebook.
They're owned by the same company, though, right? Isn't it part of Facebook?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Huh.
I think so.
It's just weird how all this stuff is tied together. Because I've been exploring, I'm actually kind of dipping my toes in the pool with this other project that I'm working on, and I'm referring to Dave Rush for a lot of questions that I have, because Dave has definitely spent a lot of time in the swimming pool when it comes to social media and everything else. All right, man. 3 guests. Do we take some phone calls? I know this thing was sold on the fact that we were going to have a Sunline Hotline show. And then I started thinking, it's probably not a good idea to have a Sunline Hotline show when live stuff is going on.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, that
MLF
is going on.
Bass is going on tomorrow with the Elite Series.
I mean, I don't think anyone's been like crushed. It's not like we just talked and we're like refused to take calls. We had a full show. We're over an hour in, so I think you just change the picture.
Somebody actually called in. I don't know who it is. Should we take the call?
It's your call, dude.
All right, let's do it. Hey, you're on BTL. Who is this?
This is Joe from Tennessee.
Joe, how are you, man?
I'm going through a situation you're going to have.
Okay, what is that?
I have the Mercury 4-stroke Pro XS. You have one of those, correct?
Yes.
It's a different prop shaft diameter than the 2-stroke. Also, the splines are not at the end of the shaft, the beginning of the shaft, closer to the hub.
Oh.
So, and third, you cannot use a hammer to get the old hub kit out. It has to be pressed out. So, my recommendation for you is, if you've got a spare prop, you need to get a Flow Torque SSR HD hub kit.
Did you write that down, Matt?
No, it's over in the replay. Say it one more time.
It's a Flow Torque SSR HD hub kit. And they're pricey. They're about $150. You need to look at a video, and it has to be pressed out. And I pressed mine in. You can't use a hammer and that anymore.
Wow.
Okay.
I had no idea.
You just won the hat, by the way. I don't know if you listened yesterday.
You just saved him, man.
As the deal. So just shoot me your address, matt@basszone.com, and I'll send you the hat and a couple big bait packages. Maybe throw in some Sunline.
Okay.
There, that's cool stuff.
I appreciate
man.
that. So how quickly can you change it?
Once you have the kit in, I have a 1/2-inch electric impact, so I can change a prop in a minute.
Oh, is it cordless?
Yes.
You can carry that on the boat too.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah, you carry that. I mean, don't you strip your lines? Also, you can do that real quick. But if you get a good 1/2-inch impact, you have to make sure you got the right socket, and it's just boom, boom. It's if you jump offshore, you can be done in 30 seconds.
Oh, there you have it, man. I'm glad we've taken this call.
It just cost me a lot more money.
All right, man. Matt's going to take care of you. Thanks for calling, Joe.
You're welcome. You guys have a great day.
All right, man. See ya.
I'm glad we took that call.
I had no idea. When we looked at the prop yesterday, I was like, oh, well, yeah, that is kind of different.
Well, that prop won't even work.
No.
So I have to find a whole new different prop.
I think so. I don't think it'll work. I really don't. So, yeah. The price you pay
for what?
To play.
I'm going to spend $1,700 on the entry fee, $1,000 on this prop thing, so I can make.
Don't go where you're going to mess up your prop.
Well, that's just not an option on the Arkansas River.
It is not. So I do some research. You're good at that. And see. But many thanks to him calling in.
Yeah, that's a good one to
tidbit.
close it out on.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, we will do the Sunline Hotline show when nothing's going on, because that was just
oversight
on my part.
It's all good. We had 3 good guests today.
Yeah, really good
and a
show.
call. I learned something. So did you.
I did. I had no idea. So that's going to wrap it up. Tomorrow, I have no idea, folks. Don't know what to tell you. Maybe the phone will ring once again, and I'm going to call a couple people, see what I can line up for tomorrow. So best of luck to you, Matthew. We're not going to see you until a week from Monday.
Unless practice is going really, really well and I just decide to pull a biffle and not fish on Wednesday.
I don't think that's going to happen. So you won't be here Monday. No, you'll be practicing. So it'll be a week from Monday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know everybody wants you to do well. I want you to do well. Get that prop thing dialed in and go catch a few.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Skeet Reese. Thank you, Matt Herren. Thank you, Mark Copley. And we will talk to you tomorrow, or we will talk to you next week right here on BTL. Once again, don't forget, enter the Apex Bass Games. June 14th is the cutoff. Make sure you review us and give us a rating on iTunes. It helps us out immensely. Everybody be safe. That's it. We're out of here.